been looking online for a new bike. We're looking on KD, which is like a Thai classified website, and I found this place called BB Superbike in Lat Plau in Bangkok, and they seem to have loads, so I'm gonna have a look around. I'll just show you with me. Hopefully I'll find something good. I have noticed a couple of bikes that I like on the website, on the KD. Right, let's turn the camera around. I'll show you what they have. Oh, they've got a lot. Yeah, you'll notice if you're in a Western country, there's some slightly different bikes here, like this CF Moto. This is like a Chinese bike, so they have this kind of thing. Oh, this is one of the bikes I was looking at. It's a Monster. I think it's a 796. You get different models. Some of them here, you've got one called a Monster 795, which has a double-sided swing arm. So yeah, it's a bit different. Most bikes in Thailand are like this, a Felana. Oh, there is a lot of bikes here. So this is actually a superbike place. And yes, there's no small bikes. And I've spotted outside, well, I've already asked them to get it out. This is the bike that I'm looking at, I'm considering. Check that out. So that's a Monster 796 with the Termi exhaust pipes. It is, I believe it's called the S2R. It's like a limited edition version. So yeah, that's why it looks cool. Right, I'm gonna turn this on and see how it sounds. I've not heard it yet, so don't actually know. See how this sounds. Bet you can't hear me. Holy crap. That sounds awesome. I don't know if you can hear me, but that sounds ridiculous. Whoa, that sounds absolutely insane. I don't know if that comes across on the microphone. I think the microphone might just not know what to do with noise that loud. That's loud. It sounds good as well. Right, let's turn it off. So. Yeah, that's I won't say this with them listening because I need to negotiate a price yet, but yeah, that's sold. Right, that thing looks as good as it sounds, so I'm going to go in, talk to them and see what we can do. I'll have a look at the other bikes as well, so have a quick, I think that's an 821. Monster 821. I'm not that keen on that because you've only got the exhaust on one side. Yeah, it is. Look at that, I think that's a CB 1000 with a carbon absolutely everywhere. And yeah, it's pretty cool being in Thailand, in a country with such a sort of motorbike culture. Literally everyone here can ride a motorbike. So yeah, if you're buying a bike, there's just so much around. Right, I'm going to take it for a test drive, see how we get on with it. Hopefully everything's all right. If it is, I'll buy it. I won't say it too loud because I don't want them to know and I won't be able to negotiate. It's listed at 159,000 baht, so I'm going to put the conversion on the screen and just see how it goes. So yeah, I'll hopefully if I buy it, I'll get back to you when I'm in Hua Hin. I'm going to try and get it delivered so I don't have to drive it from here in Bangkok back to Hua Hin. So let's see how it goes. Right, I'm back in Hua Hin now. And yesterday at like midnight, actually on Christmas morning as well, it finally arrived. So yeah, it's here. I'm going to take it out for a quick drive and I'll tell you about the buying process and also what I think of it, my first thoughts. Let's get moving. Okay, so I'm going to be driving around here nice and carefully. I went out this morning on my first journey on the bike and going around the corner I saw a load of ambulances, like cars and everything, a couple of bikes on the ground and a dead body. So yeah, you have to be careful in Thailand. It's yeah, the roads here are crazy, right? Really crazy. Just no one can drive basically. But yeah, to talk about the first thing, how I actually bought it. So I'm here on a tourist visa and all I needed was my proof of address. I had to get that verified with immigration and then my passport, that's it, and obviously a valid visa. So proof of address, passport, valid visa, and you can buy the bike in your name. You don't need to put it in someone else's name. Obviously a lot of people do that, but yeah, it tends to go wrong. So yeah, you can buy a bike in your name here. It's really straightforward, and the dealers sorted it all out for me, all the paperwork. So price wise, this bike was up for 159,000. I got them down to 150,000, so not much of a discount. But then I wanted 2 new tyres. They agreed to do that for 5,000, which is cheaper than what I'd normally pay for 2 new tyres on this. And then with the delivery of the bike, because I'm in Hua Hin, and also the paperwork transfer, it came to 158,000, so almost the original price. But actually, I actually think I got a decent price. It's the S2R version, limited edition one. So yeah, compared to a lot of others that I've seen for sale, it's really not too bad a price. So I'm quite happy with that. Also, really hassle-free getting it delivered. It did come at like midnight, but yeah, at least it came. I didn't have to drive it myself. So my first impressions of the bike, I'll tell you a bad one first, and that is the mirrors. These stupid handlebar mirror things. Like, no one here likes to keep proper mirrors on, well, on any bike. This is actually better than most. Most of them just remove the mirrors altogether. So yeah, these handlebar mirrors are awful. I just can't see anything. But there's some positives. Obviously, the power. For me, my only point of reference is 150cc Yamaha MT-15. And the difference, obviously, is just night and day. The power on this is unreal. Also, the gearing's really long, which I quite like. So you stay in first gear for a lot longer. You don't have to change up so quick. So yeah, I really like driving it just this morning. And also, it doesn't feel too heavy. Considering it's about 40 kilos heavier than the MT-15, it really doesn't feel heavy, especially when you get going. It's not too bad, even like slow maneuvers, it's okay. The turning circle's a bit wide, but nothing that's not manageable. The sound is just ridiculous. I mean, I'm guessing it comes across on the camera, but it's absolutely insane. It's just loud. And also, when you pull off the gas, I'll do it in a minute. It just growls. The noise is crazy. It sounds like it's spitting fire at the back. I'm guessing it is. I'll do it in a minute. Handling wise, I find it really quite good. The good thing is, my skill level is way beneath what the bike can handle. So anything I can do on a corner, the bike will easily be able to handle that and 10 times more, because you know, I'm just not experienced on big bikes. So anything I dare to do, the bike can definitely do. So yeah, traction wise, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Although, when you get dodgy bits of roads like this, and I'm on new tyres, yeah, you do have to be careful. The only thing here in Thailand is the standard of driving is horrendous, so you really do have to watch it. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I need to turn around here anyway. Yeah, I'm sure the turning circle's not as bad as I made that look, but I am just getting used to it. So yeah, I'm going careful. I mean, I've seen literally 2 accidents this morning, one with a couple of dead bodies. So yeah, it's a bit different maybe to driving in Europe or America. Luckily, I am experienced on the roads here, just not with a big bike. So yeah, it's a bit different maybe to what people are used to. With it being an air-cooled bike, there is quite a lot of heat coming out of it. It's not too bad, not as bad as I'd read. I'd read people saying it'll like cook you while you're driving it. Now here it's like 30 degrees all the time. But it really doesn't feel that bad whilst I'm moving. I'm guessing in a city, if I was in traffic jams, it probably wouldn't be great. Luckily where I live, the traffic isn't too bad, so I shouldn't have any problems whilst I'm here. But yeah, I can see how in traffic, if you're in like a big city, it would get a bit hot, so I will be wary of that. I mean, usually in hot countries you're better off with a liquid cool bike, most of them don't look as good as this, so that's why I've got this. I would say then the gear changes on it are really smooth. I've had no problem finding neutral. The clutch is really smooth. It's actually a lot easier to ride than the MT-15. I know it's a ridiculous comparison because it's a completely different bike, but that's the only point of reference I've got. But yeah, the MT-15, the gearing was so short. It was like really jerky to drive, especially in traffic. On this, it seems a lot smoother gear-wise. Obviously, it does rattle a bit when you're at low revs, which I think is just completely normal for this bike, or for Ducatis in general. But it's really not that bad. I mean, some of the videos you see about it will almost put you off a bit. But I've really had no problem with that. It's just a little bit of a rattle when you're going slow or you're at really low gears. Also, there's a lot of torque, even though the gears are long. You can just blast it in any gear. Oh, and that's one other thing, there's no gear indicators. So right now, I mean, I'm not used to it yet because the gears are different to the bike I'm used to. So yeah, I don't really know what gear I'm in. I think I'm in third. So yeah, that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But overall though, really not too bad. I'd say not difficult to drive. Place to park up, go over into the shade. Right then, I'm end my ride there and I'll just tell you a bit about the bike itself. You can probably tell it's a really windy day. So yeah, my first drive, there was a lot of wind, but it was okay, you know. I wasn't getting like buffeted around or pushed across lanes or anything like that. I've not took it too fast, you know. I'm not experienced on big bikes. My only experience of any bike with gears really is a Yamaha MT-15. So completely different bike. It's a bit of a ridiculous comparison, but I would say ergonomically they're actually quite similar. You know, the seating position, your foot pegs, the handlebars and everything, relatively similar. So it's been quite an easy transition for me. Yeah, obviously this is just way bigger, but it's only, I think it's 40 kilos heavier, but you really can't feel it. When you go in, you definitely can't feel it. But just for moving it around and parking, it's a bit heavy, but it's really not that bad. Not as bad as some other bikes I was test driving. I was originally looking at a Diavel, and I quickly realised that with a Diavel, you certainly couldn't have that as your only bike. Partly because it's, again, like the Monster, it's air-cooled. So here in a hot country, an air-cooled bike, you know, it just gets hot. And when you've got a massive engine like that, it was like boiling hot instantly. And also because it was so heavy, it was difficult to do U-turns, parking, things like that. You couldn't have it as your only bike. Whereas this, I'd say, is versatile enough that you can have this as your only bike. You know, it's no problem to go to the shops, just parking up or anything. It does get a bit hot because it's air-cooled, but again, it's nothing crazy. It's really not that bad. Not as bad as what I read online. I was thinking it might be a bit of a problem. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I mean, you can see cosmetically, the bike looks awesome. It's in really good condition. It's obviously been looked after. I checked on all the sides. There's no indication that it's ever been dropped or damaged or anything like that, damage repair. So yeah, it looks pretty decent if you ask me. It's done 30,000 kilometers, which isn't too, well, it's actually quite high compared to some of the others I was looking at. But although I was suspicious on the mileage of some, there was one with like 6,000 kilometers despite having 4 previous owners. This has got 1 previous owner and it's got service history from a Ducati dealership. So yeah, this one I was a bit more confident in. That's why I didn't mind paying a little bit more than what some of the others were. Also here, a lot of the Monsters that you see, they are the 695, which is like a smaller version for the Asian market. And it's got like a 2-sided swing arm, which I'm not as keen on just cosmetically. So yeah, this, I thought it looks awesome. You know, the deal was decent, so I just went for it. So yeah, I'm going to do loads more videos driving around here, so if you like motorbikes or Ducatis or Thailand, you know, subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more videos. I'm going to try and get over as well to Cambodia and Laos if I can sort the paperwork out to do that. I don't think it's too difficult. I would go Vietnam as well, but I think the paperwork for that's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, I'll be going all over and posting some more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.